relate to a society that don't wanna feel. So I just masquerade depression with the sex and the pills. I don't wanna die young, but I don't wanna live dead. They say I need medication. They don't wanna take the time to understand my situation. They'd rather see me die. Simply ask me how my day went.
Silence, we must be mistaken. It's the same OG since 1916. In your head, they still fight there. With their tents and their bows and their bows and their guns. In your head, they are guided. In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie.
Alright guys, we're going to touch on these settlements that have been reached as of now. I will start off by saying I am not a lawyer. I am not giving legal advice. Do not take my advice. If you have a lawyer, please speak to one. If you have questions, and you don't have a lawyer, please find one, because I'm in no way a lawyer to understand all this. I'm just going to give you my view on this, okay? I ain't going to stay on this one too long. This 600 million was a slap in the face. You get the 10 mile, you get the 20 mile. Most you can receive per household is 70 for property damage and 10,000 for injuries. Now, you tell me what's $10,000 going to do for cancer treatment or any other kind of treatment? Nothing. This is a slap in the face. And what makes me even more pissed about this, because I'm out there day after day, putting my health on the line to get footage for the attorneys to use, or if they may use in court for this. I was told to get as much footage as I could last year around the 4th of July when I was protesting outside the park. I talked to the lawyers that were heading us up. Get as much footage as you can, because we might be using it in court. While I'm out there getting footage, you're behind everybody's back making a deal that you think this is fair. I think it's far from fair. But that's my view on it. Like I said, attorneys are getting what they're getting. 162 million in legal fees. $162 million. I'm out there in a damn creek breathing this shit in. You're sitting in an office and you're getting paid $162 million, divided between the group. And I'm getting who knows what down the road. It's disgusting. Any lawyer is in it for themselves, and they're not in it for you. So, lawyers, get pissed at me if you want to. Go ahead. This is a kick 'em while you're down. I kind of compare this to, a girl has an abusive boyfriend, and she keeps on, going back, even though he continues to beat her up. So that's what they're doing. They're just continuing to put you down. We're a bunch of stupid rednecks that as soon as they flash the money, we're going to take it. We could care less at what they did to the town because, we're stupid rednecks. Well, I think Norfolk Southern decided, found out that we're not as stupid as we all look. They were in for a little bit more of a fight than what they thought. So I think it's a junk plan. Now let's talk about the EPA one. Okay, EPA one, estimated $235 million for all past and future costs, so that cleanup efforts can continue in the company rather than taxpayers covers the cost. Okay. $50 million penalty because it's Clean Water Act, which is pocket change them. Now, $25 million for a 20-year community health program that includes medical monitoring and mental health, including those in Pennsylvania, as well as first responders. When are you all going to wake up? If there is nothing wrong, why are they putting a 20-year medical monitoring program in place? So I think so I take it as all you people that think it's safe and nothing went on. I'm sure you won't be signing up for this because it's safe. There's nothing happened. You're fine. The town's fine. So you won't be signing up for this. I'm sure you won't be. Just like the lawsuit, you won't be claiming any personal injury either because nothing happened. So there's no need for you to get no personal injury claims out of it either. $15 million for long-term monitoring of groundwater and surface water for 10 years. What you know what that tells me? They expected to get in the water. Nothing to see here. It's all clean. We have clean air. We have, I forget how many million data points of air saying that you weren't, exposed to anything long-term exposure. You may have had brief exposure, which they have said, you may have been exposed to high levels of something maybe for 2 hours and then it was fine, but you were still exposed to that. $15 million to do the private drinking water wells for 10 years. What's that tell you? Let's see here. The waterways remediation plan, $6 million. They're going to address historic pollution through infrastructure upgrades, stormwater management projects, and restoring aquatic habitat. Okay. I just don't know what to say about this. So, $6 million, okay, is to clean up the creek that the railroad contaminated. Was there legacy? I'm sure there was. Was it in the amounts that is being found in it now? I highly doubt it. So, $6 million, they're going to do historic pollution. Okay, now historic pollution is they're cleaning up that diesel leak, and then the spot behind Velez's engines they say is historic pollution. That's not from the train derailment. I'll agree with the diesel. I don't agree with behind Velez's engines. That's the same stuff we found in all of the creek. Let's see here. $175,000 for natural resource damages to be used in the United States to restore, rehabilitate, replace, or acquire the equivalent of natural resources injured as a result of the derailment. Okay. So you're spending $175,000 on natural resources that were injured as a result of the derailment. Wait, nothing went on. You weren't exposed to anything. Nothing was exposed to anything. So why do you need to have a 20-year health monitoring program? You have to... Well, it don't show up. It makes me invisible because it's white. But anyways, you have to sign your rights away to sue any of the companies if you're claiming personal injury. But nothing happened here. You weren't exposed to anything that was, in high enough amounts to hurt you. I mean, they are dangling this in your face. And you guys are taking it. I mean, wonder why we look like a bunch of stupid rednecks. No offense to stupid rednecks out there. I'm just like you. Chemicals burn my brain cells. So if you weren't exposed to anything, if there's no long-term hazard, okay, if it's not going to go into drinking water, we put all, Norfolk Southern paid and put all this $1 million of this extra drinking water stuff in to clean your water, which if you've looked at the water tests lately, they're kind of questionable. I don't know how you can have test after test after test after test that has like these little notes underneath of it. But we can seem to do tests and they come back without any notes at all. So either the person taking the test don't know what the hell they're doing, or them notes are being put on there because they don't want you to really know that may be in the water. But it just kills me how many of you guys, it's fine, it's safe, there's nothing wrong, it's PTSD. PTSD gives you seizures. PTSD gives you tremors. No, it doesn't. This is being compared to the Gulf War stuff that the soldiers were exposed to over there. Because a lot of the same symptoms are showing up that they had that people are getting here. And you can hire a PR firm to make your town. You can change your logo. You can make it, it's all safe. But what are you going to do when the sicknesses and the deaths start coming out? Which I pray there is none. But being what everybody was exposed to, what are you going to do then? And Norfolk Southern knows that. That's why, they want you to sign your rights away, because you're screwed either way if you don't. If you don't do it, good luck proving that their derailment gave you cancer, because they'll have 50 other things that could have gave you cancer. But if you opt into it, you're getting a max of $10,000, which does not cover anything in the medical community. But everything's fine. You weren't exposed to anything. Nothing to see here, folks. They were allowed to lay tracks over contaminated soil. The burn pits they just bulldozed and covered up to get the trains running. I don't have that article pulled up. If I had that article pulled up, I'd pull it up. They did what they did. NTSB. The train cars didn't need blown. They were cooling down. And I can't wait till it becomes official on the 25th. It's semi-official now because it was said in front of Congress, but it'll become official. I think there should be charges filed against the guy that was supposed to be relaying the information. Alan Shaw said he had no knowledge of the information. Either did the governor. I call bullshit. They knew both what the oxyvinyls was saying. It was done to open the railroad. Because with the article, they were having a hard time. There was only one route. They could reroute the trains that are double stacked. Because the clearance, they need high bridge clearances for them to fit underneath. It wasn't done to keep something from exploding. They used the fear tactic. You know, just like the whole time they've been testing for stuff, okay? How many times have you heard vinyl chloride, butyl acrylate? We didn't find no vinyl chloride, butyl acrylate. All right, what about all the benzos that aren't good for you? See, they keep on repeating the VC, vinyl chloride, and butyl acrylate. We're not finding any. Because if you hear it enough times, you start to believe it. It's all in the way they word it. I don't know what it's going to take for you people to wake up. If you're watching this, you probably are woke up. But unfortunately, you know what it's going to take? It's going to take people passing away from this when it's your family member. It doesn't care what your last name is. It doesn't care how much you make. It don't care how much you've contributed to the community. It doesn't care about none of that. It's going to pick and choose, and, you know, depending on your genes or your DNA, on what you get, when you get it, how bad it is, you know, etc. Why do you think there's health studies? Because they don't know. You are exposed, but everything's safe. It just sickens me. They're dangling this stuff in front of your face, and there's still people in town that nothing happened. What was the saying? Oh, it was an accident. It was not no freaking accident. It was error on Norfolk Southern's part. First of all, not to have the right amount of time to inspect the trains. Second of all, the hot bearing detectors are outdated. That is outdated technology. Depending on how fast the train is moving, it reads the bearing temperature from the end cap. So that is what the bearing temperature was either a half an hour ago or an hour ago. All depends on the speed of the train. Best thing for them to do is to upgrade to acoustic bearing detectors. But will that stop this from ever happening again? This will happen again. I can most guarantee this will happen again. will happen in our town? Maybe. We've had past ones here. Luckily, they involve cars and lumber and, not chemicals. But you guys are pushing this PR of everything's safe. You weren't exposed to anything. There's no high levels. All that's background. That's in your barbecue or when you light a fire. I agree. There is stuff. But I'm not huffing smoke off of a fire. Benzene. I'm not huffing gas out of the gas pump. There's so much independent testing that goes against everything they said, and it is being pushed away. And I have a feeling when both of these, agreements actually are official, I have a feeling a lot of stuff is going to come out from me and from a lot of other agencies. You guys just need to wake up. So, everybody that thinks it's fine, I won't expect to see you over there, but they made it online, so luckily you can stay in the comfort of your anonymous profile or your fake name and, type away. Make sure you use your real name if you're going to file, because they kind of need that. You can sit in the comfort of your home and file for this, so you're not seen out in public because you say everything's okay, but yet you want to collect this. So I don't expect you to just sign up for the community health monitoring too, because there's nothing wrong. Yeah, there's nothing wrong so long as it's not happening to you, but as soon as it does happen to you, then you're going to be the one screaming the loudest. And unfortunately, there's going to be nothing that can be done anymore. As soon as you sign this paper, you're giving away all your rights to sue anybody in the future over a health outcome of this. But like I said, Norfolk Southern knows that. If you opt out, good luck proving your cancers came from the train derailment. If you opt in, you're getting nothing. This town just needs a big wake-up call. You know what we could accomplish if we all banded together? I seen a post the other day about somebody saying about stopping the trains. Good luck. You can't even get people to stand together with signs, let alone do something like that, which stupid because it's federal. So, but if there was more of us together, I think this would have went a way different way. There'll be people that come out and talk when this is over with. I'll release stuff when this is over with. It wasn't all safe and dandy and clean and you weren't exposed to anything down there like how they say it was. People ask me, I always get asked, if this happens in my town, what should I, or something happens in my town like this, what should I do? My first thing is record, record, record. Document as much as you can. Record conversations if your state laws allow you. Video everything you can. Because video doesn't lie. They can lie, but video doesn't lie. I mean, that's my one thing I give out to people. Record. Record everything. Everything you can. You think I wanted to do this for the last, year and a half of my life? No. But you know what? If I didn't do it, who would? Who would have stepped up to do this? Is my recordings going to help anything right now? No. They've made their deal. I don't look for it to change. But you know what? It's going to be a record. It's going to be a history. So if this ever happens in another town, they can look back and be like, okay, well, this is the way East Palestine handled it. Maybe we should handle it different so we get a different outcome. Some of you are so blind. I'm glad they're building a $25 million park. Because you know what? I want a great place for people to have their after service for their funerals. Alright, guys. I'm done. I'm still on this. Still with the Greek stuff, the water stuff. Just by this, what they agreed to, they expected to be in the water, and obviously they expect health issues down the road. And like I said, it doesn't care about your last name. It don't care about how much money you make. It don't care about who you are, how long you lived in town. Nothing. If it's going to happen to you, it's going to happen to you. I kind of compare it to when we had the big old 2020 lockdowns, when there could only be 50 people in the store. But dear God, you get 51 people in there, you might get sick. Which is a load of crap. So to all you people out there that are having symptoms and are afraid to speak out, I'm sorry. I'm sorry this town is so freaking judgmental and so divided that you can't come out and say what health problems you're having. I would be encouraging people to come out with health problems. Luckily, we have, researchers now that at least they have somebody to report their problems to. But the person that beat you is moving into your town. They're putting an office in your town. So they can continue to beat you. Wake up. They're dangling this stuff right in front of your face. And people still haven't woke up. And they're not going to. I've learned that. They don't want to leave their cushy lifestyle because of, something interfered with it. They'd rather live their cushy lifestyle and talk down to everybody else that may be experiencing something from this. I remember on one of my videos, I had some guy complain about the video was shaky. Well, excuse me, you know what? I developed tremors from this. I can't control them. If I don't have the video, stand anchored against something sometimes, I'm shaky. It's out of my control. And unfortunately, there's other people out there that has experienced much worse than what I have. And I feel for you guys. And this is why I continue to do this. There was a comment meant on one of my videos about me not being a man because I won't leave town. Why would I leave town? I said from the beginning, I will be the last person that left this town after everybody else that wanted to leave left. It has nothing to do with being the man. It's about doing what's right. And obviously, you're not man enough to stand up to do what's right. See, if I move out of this town, I'm only thinking of myself. And unfortunately, I can't do that. I've met so many people in this town that I've never, ever knew before this derailment. And I would fight for every one of them. It has nothing to do with being a man. It's called doing what's right. Stepping up when nobody else is willing to step up. You were left down by your city leaders, your county leaders, your state leaders, the federal government. They all let you down. Nobody had the balls to stand up and say what is right or what should be done. Has nothing to do with being a man. A woman could stand up and do this too. And there has been a lot. You guys just need to wake up. They think we're stupid. I mean, it's almost too late now to wake up because, they were making this agreement behind everybody's back. But if we all did stand up and stand together, I think there would have been a way different outcome. If more people spoke out of that has authority, there would have been a way different outcome. Instead of your town got a new multi-million-dollar fire truck in a $25 million park. Just like what was said at the meeting at New Waterford. The village is getting what it's needed, but the people aren't. If you don't have people, you don't have a village. Hope you guys wake up. They're just dangling this in front of you. Wake up. Take care, guys. And for all you that are sick in East Palestine, Pennsylvania, I don't care where you're at. I'm doing this for you. And I don't want you to feel guilty for it. I'm doing it on my own free will, but I'm doing this for you. Because it's the right thing to do. We stopped taking care of each other in this world, and that's what the problem is. We only look out for ourselves. We don't look out for other people anymore. And then you get into the mess that we're in right now. So do yourself a favor. Start caring about other people other than yourself. Maybe show some compassion to somebody that's experienced symptoms, even if you're not. A little compassion goes a long ways. I'll catch you guys later.